It's like this story is so absurd, but guess what? It is for real. This morning, former U.S. Olympian David Hearn pleaded not guilty at his first court appearance since he was arrested last month for allegedly damaging the reflecting pool. His next hearing is August 5th. The group chat is still here. Okay. I can't even believe when I say U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro, but here we are. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro says this man did more than $1,000 worth of damage when he forcefully and violently pulled up the liner with two hands. His attorney told us that it is not a federal crime to touch water. What is your reaction to this? Because this whole reflecting pool mishigas is like a microcosm of everything that is broken in this administration.
Truly. I think that one of the things that stands out to me is if a lot of people out there are like, you know what, I will understand, like, if there's a sign posted that it is against the law to do this thing, I will read the sign and think, maybe I shouldn't do that. I feel like if they were to put a sign up saying, please don't touch the peeling paint in the reflecting pool, that would have had to admit it was a problem very quickly. Instead, we got what I'd expect is human nature. You see a thing floating in the water that's not supposed to be there. You go, I wonder what that is. Oh, this is weird, especially since this was in the early days when we weren't even sure. Like this, he was one of the first people to look at and note, oh, this is peeling up. That's strange. To be arrested and charged for that, especially at that level, is frankly absurd. It's punishing human curiosity for someone else's mistakes.
But it's absurd and it's scary. What kind of message does it send for someone to be handcuffed and detained for 5 hours and now potentially face up to 10 years in prison? And I haven't even mentioned legal fees because they did this.
Well, it's intimidation from the Trump administration. I mean, that's been an ongoing thing that they've done pretty consistently. Like, whenever I'm having this conversation, I can't believe I'm having the conversation of, like,
that's wow. How I started the segment. Like,
right.
Every time I do, I'm like, I can't believe I'm saying
we're
I
talking
feel like I'm in Arrested Development or Veep.
I lived in D.C. for a year. I've never talked so much about the reflecting pool in my entire life than the past, month or so with Donald Trump. But it's intimidation. But I also want to look at the side-by-side, the contrast here of Donald Trump is incredibly focused on prosecuting people who touch water. But when it comes to, the Epstein files, there have been no further convictions. When it comes to the January 6th insurrectionists who actually caused significant damage at the Capitol, both literal and metaphorical, they're pardoned, and they're patriots, and they're people who love our nation. The side-by-side drives me nuts. I just can't believe we're living in this moment.
This weekend, crews began now draining the reflecting pool. Again, the Interior Secretary says the administration is not going to seek bids for the work to repair the damage done. The New York Times has estimated it has already cost $16 million. And again, we're not looking for any competitive bids.
Yeah, and so they go with this dude who had his company, the guy had been convicted of giving a bribe to a Congress member in his past life. So this is who they're giving no bid contracts to. I think there's a really important element here. And look, I'm not going to say this is an alleged thing. I don't know what he did. I think it's important to note that the Pirro and the administration have no credibility, and that they could do more to be credible on issues like this, but haven't. But the real core of this is that this is using the power of the federal government to bolster Donald Trump's rhetoric. Donald Trump said, this is a thing that's happening. The reflecting pool is great. I did a perfect job. It's Antifa that cut a line in there or whatever it is. And so they are using federal prosecutorial power to say, see, he was right. These no-goodniks are out there ripping up the reflecting pool. And everyone else can see through it, in part because they have no credibility. But this is important. It is important that they are using the U.S. attorney in the Washington, D.C. to prosecute a crime centrally because it comports with Donald Trump's narrative.
Did you just say no good?
I will say it again if you are not careful.
Philippe Bump, he is 412 years old. He just said no good, Nick. Hayes Brown. Is that the first time you've ever heard that?
That is the first time I've ever heard
it. The first time he's ever heard it.
You never watched Rocky and Bullwinkle ever in your life?
I've never, I don't know what that is.
He doesn't even know who that is. He doesn't even know who that is. Philippe Bump. Okay.